Well, 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 well. That was 6 wells. What do we have here today? Oh man, this is so tasty. So tasty. What's going on, guys? It's Boaz here with Airsoft GI, and today we're going to be talking about, I guess you can't say it's a long-awaited, but a very, very welcome addition into the JAG Scattergun series. And that model in particular that we're looking at today is the JAG Reaper TS Scattergun. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Real quick about JAG as a company, if you guys don't know already, they primarily focus on making gas airsoft guns. So they make a lot of gas flow like high kappas, and especially their very famous, officially licensed line of Terran Tactical Combat Master high kappas. And they make gas-powered shotguns, or as they have to call it, scatterguns when they name it. And this Reaper TS Scattergun is no exception. For those of you guys who are familiar with JAG's line of scatterguns, you're going to look at the Reaper TS and kind of see some familiarity, some similarities. And that's because, I guess technically, unofficially in a way, this is actually Cisco's brainchild. So about over a year ago, we were actually in a meeting with people at JAG, and we were kind of discussing any upcoming or potential products, and Cisco pulled them aside and pulled out, their original Reaper scattergun and said, hey, why don't you make one of these, but just add a pistol grip and a stock attachment instead of just that breacher style pistol grip. And they basically just said, we'll get back to you on that. And over a year later, they did get back to us in the form of this beautiful looking Reaper TS. Going over the basics here of the Ranger TS Scattergun, pretty much the entire body construction of the scattergun is going to be made out of metal. It feels really sturdy and solid in the hands and pretty hefty, so you feel like you're gonna do a lot of damage out there on the airsoft field. Everything else though is going to be made out of a high strength polymer, including the very tasty, very nice looking Reaper style polymer M-LOK pump. And you got your standard LE style stock that's going to be made of polymer, and the A2 style pistol grip. Other features of note here is going to be the QD sling mounts on either side of the scattergun. Really nice touch, especially if you're going to mount it on a sling. And you got your standard scattergun style push button safety, and your standard Tokyo Marui design style shell loading door here. And finally, on the top, we have a very nice top mounted Picatinny rail section for optics. Okay, yeah, I know it's a scattergun, but come on, let's be civilized. Aim down your sights. So that's pretty much the basics of the Reaper TS Scattergun. Simple and clean design. Thank you, JAG. Very much appreciated. But I still like to point out a couple of very interesting features that the Reaper TS Scattergun has. Did you know this gun comes with iron sights? But you might be wondering, Boaz, how does this come with iron sights? I don't see a front sight here on the barrel, but there are. So if you look very closely at the Picatinny rail section at the top, you're gonna notice that it does have a 3 white dot sighting system. Okay, just put an optic on the top, okay? All right, let's be done with that. And over here, this whole pistol grip stock module is actually the gas reservoir for the Reaper. So all you need to do is just pull the stock all the way back, and then towards to where you see the castle nut is actually going to be the gas valve where you fill up the scattergun with green gas, which I think is a very good and easy way to fill up the scattergun without having to open up any components. And it's just a very simple, again, simple and clean design. And like with all JAG scatterguns, the Reaper TS does not have adjustable hop-up. Why are you complaining? It's a scattergun, it's a shotgun. You're supposed to use it up close. You want range? Go get an AG and go sit in the corner in the back of the field with Cisco. Real quick, I just want to go over on how to properly use the JAG Reaper TS Scattergun. And the first thing you're going to want to do is to fill this bad boy up with green gas. And the way that you're going to want to do that is take the gun, pull the stock back to reveal the fill valve for the scattergun, take your can of green gas, and just fill it until you hear the green gas stop flowing into the reservoir. Once that's done, the next thing you want to do is to load it up with a shell. And the way you do that is to pull the loading door lever back. It's going to open up the loading door, and then take your JAG scattergun shell. This is not loaded, by the way, for safety. You pop that into a clicks, close the loading door, and you can just rack the pump and shoot. But if you notice, when you rack the pump back, there's going to be the small switch here when this M-LOK breech kind of opens up, and that's actually a switch to where you can select how many shots your scattergun will fire per trigger pull. So you can either have the option of it firing 3 shots per pump, or you could have it switch to 6 shots per pump. However, if you do choose the 6 pump option, you are going to get a little bit less range and accuracy out of that, but it's scattergun short anyway. But the shell itself, actually, that JAG includes is a 30-round shell. So if you do the math, you'll get about 10 shots per shell if you use a 3-round burst, or if you use a 6-shot burst, you'll get around 5. Out of the box, the gun does come included with 3 JAG 30-round scattergun shells and a speed loader if you don't have one already, but it's nice to see that JAG is giving you extra shells for value. As far as aftermarket compatibility goes for the Reaper TS Scatterguns, as far as the shells are concerned, it can accept any Tokyo Marui standard tri-shot, not single shot, but tri-shot shotgun shell. If you have any doubts or kind of concerned if you have one of these, you can always go with the standard OEM JAG shells. They do sell them in a pack, and they're relatively affordable, and they're very reliable. If you want to change out the stock, you can. This actually takes any standard mil-spec AR-15 stock, or pretty much any Airsoft M4 stock, pretty much. And when it comes to pistol grip, it accepts only gas blowback or real steel AR-15 pistol grips. And of course, on the front, because the handguard is M-LOK, you could throw in all these crazy cool accessories. It just makes it so nice. As far as internal components go, well, I don't freaking know. Do people really upgrade the insides of gas shotguns? Is that really necessary? Is that a thing? Yes. I know that there are some modifications that can be done to gas-powered shotguns, such as an M4 mag adapter. You heathens! You absolutely be ashamed of yourselves. However, the Reaper and the Reaper TS Scattergun cannot accept magazine adapters straight out of the box just because of how the pump is designed. So if you want to do that, you're gonna have to do that at your own risk, and you're probably gonna have to chop off a section of the polymer pump, and you're gonna void your warranty. So I would recommend against it. Also, if you want to HPA tap it, you can. I think you can probably try to modify the gas reservoir here on the buffer tube, but you're gonna lose some functionality. Again, at your own risk. Just leave it alone. Just leave the gun alone. Leave the poor gun alone. Using standard green gas and 0.2 gram BBs, the JAG Reaper TS Scattergun chronos in around 340 FPS using the 3-shot configuration. However, if you switch over to the 6-shot configuration, it is going to drop to about 280 to 300 feet per second, and with a rate of fire of, well, I don't know, like however you could pump that pump, how fast you can pump that pump. I am so excited to shoot. Oh man, we haven't done a scattergun in so long. Let's go shoot it. We're out here at the range with the new JAG Reaper TS Scattergun here, and in traditional fashion, we have target set up an appropriate distance away, about 20 feet. I think that's pretty much where a short little scattergun like this would excel in performance. Got some shells loaded up with some 0.25 gram BBs, and filled up with green gas. And I believe we're in the 3-shot configuration right now, the tri-shot, and let's give it a couple shots. Oh yeah, like it's so fun to just, I can just keep going. Oh, I'm out. Okay, so let me get one more shell in here real quick. You know what? Let's try the 6-shot real quick. But let me tell you, just pumping the pump on the shotgun is so much fun. Like, okay, I have set up there. Okay, so yeah, it's so much fun. Like, it's so easy to pump. Like when I was growing up, I had spring shotguns, you know, and it takes a considerable amount of effort to rack the pump. But with the gas shotgun like this, it's almost effortless. Like if I like really want to go fast, yeah, like I could just keep going with this thing. So at the same time, we're also going to be testing the gas efficiency of the Reaper TS Scattergun right now. So in the previous tech, I think we ran through 2 shells and a little bit of change just because I was dry firing a bit towards the end there. But so far, so good. Also, we're going to be testing the range and accuracy. So we did back up to about 50 feet away. The target is now roughly more or less 50 feet away. This will kind of simulate like a longer CQB engagement distance. And I set the shotgun back to the tri-shot, not the 6-shot configuration, because if you're on 6-shot, your range is going to decrease dramatically. So if you want to make longer distance shots, stick with the tri-shot. And one last thing to note is if you're doing M-LOK on this guy, because you're moving around so much, it starts to loosen up. So make sure to get some Loctite if you actually want to attach M-LOK accessories onto the pump. But anyway, let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's reaching out there. Oh, I think I'm still in the 6-shot configuration. My bad, but even at 6 shots, it's still, yeah, it's still getting out there at 50 feet. Yeah, and we're still 3rd shell in and we still have gas. So why don't we back up a little bit more and see if we can reach out to maybe about 100 feet. A little bit of a mistake there on the previous take because I accidentally set it to 6 shots and not 3 shots. But surprisingly, even at 50 feet, it was able to make it out there shooting the 6-shot burst. So now we're roughly about 100 feet away. If you look there, so that's pretty much, I guess you would say, like the farthest distance that you would normally get in an indoor CQB environment. And we're just gonna see how it does on the 6-shot first. If it is able to reach out and touch the target, then that's sick. Maybe we'll back up a little bit more. But if not, I'll switch over to the tri-shot and see how far we can get with that. Okay. What the heck? It's dropping a little bit. So like I'm like having to angle it or like lob it a tiny bit. But it's still going out there. And this is like, yeah, this is like what, the 4th shell that I shot on 1 fill of gas. That's pretty impressive. Let's back up some more. Okay, so that was some pretty impressive performance at the 6-shot configuration. So now we backed all the way out to 150 feet. So that's like, we're pretty much approaching like an AEG distance here. Now, one thing I do have to clarify is that this is a static, non-moving target, obviously, and the BBs, the speed at which the BBs are traveling is very slow. So if you were to shoot this at a live player at an airsoft game, I doubt that you'll actually be able to make those shots just because of how slowly the BBs are moving. Like they'll probably duck or dive out of the way to dodge your shots. And even if you were to hit them, I don't think that they would call their hits, not because they're cheating, but because of how slow these BBs are moving. They probably won't even notice that they've been hit. But you know, just to test for science, we're gonna see if we can theoretically reach out to 150 feet. No, I don't think I'm hitting it. I think it's falling. Yeah, so I think at 100 feet is probably like the tail end of where the BBs land. I switch it back to the tri-shot configuration. Oh, did you see that? I hit it 150 feet away with tri-shot. Holy crap. Yo! Okay, I do have to lob it a tiny bit, but still, that's impressive. But again, it's like if we're gonna engage people out to those distances with a small shotgun like that, I mean, you're better off getting an AEG. I don't think that the range and performance is really impressive for, I guess you would say, an airsoft guns. Like there are pistols that shoot farther than this. But I would say if you're really desperate and if you have nothing else, in theory you can do it. But I think it's still impressive that for a fixed top-up unit, it can reach that far. Okay, so we did test out the range and accuracy of the scattergun, which is very interesting, but we still haven't finished testing the gas efficiency of the scattergun. So I'm just gonna rapid fire as many shells as I can and see how many shells it takes to empty this gas reservoir on a single fill of green gas. I believe we're somewhere between 4 to 5 shells in already, so let's just keep counting from there. And yeah, I'm gonna have, also, again, Loctite your M-LOK stuff. Look at this. This is terrible. So if you do it, buy some blue Loctite and Loctite your stuff down. Okay, well, let's do it. Okay, we're out. So that's probably like the 5th shell. Okay, that's the 6th shell. Okay, that's like the 7th shell. I gotta load these again. Shell number 8. Okay. Shell number 9. Up. Okay. And shell number 10. This thing just keeps going. Up. Yeah. Okay. So honestly, I'll probably stop it right there because we're gonna be here for a while. But after 10 shells, it's still going strong. So I'd say with a strong possibility with a single fill of green gas, it'll last you a whole game. The JAG Reaper TS Scattergun retails for $210 at airsoftgi.com, and please make sure to use the Wombo combo for the best savings in airsoft. $210. You're telling me I'm getting this tasty Reaper TS Scattergun for $210? That's wildly reasonable. That's a little too reasonable in today's airsoft marketplace. But all in all, performance-wise, I mean, it's not like great. Okay, but it's a purpose-built close-range weapon, so don't expect any crazy sniper accuracy out of this. But it's just so fun to use. Every time you just rack the pump, it just feels so satisfying. And when you're on the receiving end of this scattergun, let me tell you from personal experience, it is a very intimidating weapon to use and to be on the receiving end of it. Let me tell you, it sucks. But if you want, let's say, like a unique looking sidearm, or if you just mainly play indoors and you just want that little oomph factor to it, or if you're gonna build some kind of breacher style loadout, I think that the Reaper TS Scattergun perfectly fits that niche, because you can technically run this as a primary because it has a stock and the pistol grip. It's not like wobbling around just like a dedicated breaching shotgun, and it just gives you a little bit more stability if you just strap this to the side of your plate carrier or chest rig, and if you want to just breach into CQB environments, like this will have you covered. And let me tell you, like for $210, it's again very, very reasonable. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching our quick and dirty overview of the JAG Reaper TS Scattergun. See, I have a Tokyo Marui gas shotgun at home. Should I just get rid of that and pick this guy up? Because it's everything I wanted to do to my Tokyo Marui, but it's out of the box. And you know how much I love things out of the box. But tell us your thoughts down below. Does the Reaper TS fill that little niche, that little void in the shotgun sphere of airsoft that no one really knows about but everyone desperately wants? If you guys like what you see, please make sure to give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support us directly, please make sure to check out the Reaper TS Scattergun at Airsoft GI and pick up all your airsoft needs at Airsoft GI, because it helps keep the light on and helps keep the camera rolling. We upload videos every week. This is Boaz from Airsoft GI, and I'll see you next time.